Okay, today we're going to talk about the lifetime value of a client and knowing your numbers. And I've got Tracy here, and she's much better with numbers than I am. I'm more of a creative person.
I don't know about that, but it's really super important to know the numbers in your business, particularly what a client's worth to you, because once you know what a client's worth, you're then able to know how much you can spend on marketing. So a lot of people feel like, it's cost me this much to get a lead in and add someone to my database, and they haven't bought yet. But you also need to know how much it costs to convert a customer and all that sort of stuff.
And that's what we're going to go through now.
Absolutely.
Okay. Great, let's start. So let's just talk about liabilities versus assets. This really surprises me, okay? People will go out and buy a huge amount of equipment. They'll buy $80,000 or $100,000 worth of equipment, and it's really a liability because it's money going out, loan repayments, things that cost you money, like for rent, insurance, product stuff, and expensive equipment, fit out, but it doesn't actually bring money in. So assets is the things that bring money into your business, such as sales and marketing. And people go, it doesn't fit into my budget.
Customers, people spending.
I just don't understand that thinking. So we want to change the framing of the mindset. Okay, so let's just say an average client would spend $150 a month. Let's just round it to $100 a month just to make the sums a bit easier, okay? Some salons, hair salons or beauty salons, they probably spend $150, $200, $300 a month. I'm not sure, but let's just do an average. And let's just say they come back over 12 months, give or take Christmas, they don't come and they're going away on holidays. Just to say one client is coming over 12 months, let's just say 10 months, right? So that's $1,000 and they refer a friend. That's $2,000 profit, okay? Oh, not profit, income.
Sales.
And the average client that stays with you is average like 3 to 5 years if they like you. Would you agree?
Absolutely. So even without the friend referral, if you've got a client who comes in once a month at $100 a month, over 10 months, that's $1,000. So if we look at on average, how long a customer will stay with you is 3 to 5 years. So that's $3,000 to $5,000. So a customer isn't worth what they're spending for you on a particular offer that you're putting out right now. They're worth $3,000 to $5,000 to you.
And just so they spend $200 a month, that's double.
Double, yeah.
Easy.
It's up to you to work out your numbers, but we're just showing you how the numbers work.
Great. So knowing the numbers, just say, I'm just going to repeat this, but I might just cut this bit out. Can we cut this bit out or are we going over it again? Did I just double up? I think I just doubled up.
That's okay. So we've got a client spends $100 a month on average and you spend $10 a day on Facebook ads.
That's right.
You book in 1 to 2 clients a day. That's $100 to $200 times 7 days.
Yeah.
What are these numbers here?
Well, it could be over 7 days, right? So they've 2 clients a day,
Yep.
for 7 days. It could be an average $1,000 to $2,000 or more a week.
Spending $10 a day on Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So you want to spend that over a month. That could be $3,000 or more, and the ad spend's only costing you $300.
It is a good return on investment. So that's like me saying to you, Lou, I'll give you $300 and you give me $3,000. So for every $300 I give you, you give me $3,000.
Oh,
I'd be doing that all day long.
All day long.
All day long, every day.
But the first offer is designed to cover the costs and the first lead, right?
And look, some businesses don't. Like if you know what a client's worth to you, most businesses are okay with spending. So say you sell a service for $100. You maybe use a little bit of product.
Yeah.
But it's your time. So you see, it's $100. Most businesses will be okay with acquiring a customer for $100. What they've got to be then good at is getting them coming back and building the relationship.
That's what we're going to talk about.
So when you talk about here that, the first offer is designed to cover the costs of a lead, most salons aren't going to spend $100 to bring in a customer. They're going to spend way less than that. But you should be okay with spending $100 to bring in a new customer.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Oh, here's an example of some ads that I've done. So the top one is look at this, 891 post engagements.
Yep.
So that means, what does that mean? How do you
That
explain
means that it costs 96 cents per post engagement. Now, this is a particular type of campaign on Facebook where someone wants to take up the offer. So they'll make a comment on the post, and then there's a bot set up that sells the service and gets them booked in. But basically, each one of those 891 customers for this campaign, or leads, we'll call them leads so far, because they don't all convert. So you have to know that as well. It's really important to know not every single person who opts in is going to convert. Life happens. We get busy. The kids yell you away from the computer. You think, oh, just put it there and I'll do something with that later, and people just don't. So it's like 96 cents per post engagement. So say call it $1. It's $891 to get 891 people on your list that you now can keep selling to.
But my body's set up, and I've just done some numbers, that I'm doing my clients are doing 80-90% return.
There you go. Like what, 80 to 90% of people booking in? There you go. So even if you only had 50% of people booking in, let's go say only 50% or 30% booked in. So it's cost you $891. We know that for every one of those people who actually books, say only 50% of them, it's cost us $2 to get a booking.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've now spent $2 to make $100.
Yeah. Awesome.
Pretty good numbers.
Okay, now the bottom one, we've tested this on a hair salon.
Yep.
And we had 2 types of campaigns going. So we tested different types of campaigns.
Yep.
So the first one was like the top one that we talked about. And the other one, we called it, click here.
Yes.
And that campaign was a little bit dearer, but still we had good results.
Still $1. Round it off. When you're doing a couple of different campaign types or you're trying different things, it's $1. $1 to get, like that bottom one, there's 181 opt-ins or leads, people who are possibly interested in your services for $1 each. Like, that's crazy unheard of. If you put an ad in a newspaper or, radio, actually, you won't get that.
No, I just had a client that spent $3,000 on a campaign. Not a single customer.
Yep.
So anyway, let's moving on. So I just concentrate on the hair and beauty industry for these numbers. And then in my experience, my lead costs can cost anywhere between 50 cents, as shown, to up to $4.
That's right. And it depends on the area you're in. It depends on the time of year. It depends on who else you're competing with. There's lots of different factors to go into this. But just bear in mind, even at $4, you're laughing.
Yeah. Looking at the big picture. Because you're not in business for 1 month.
No. Who opens up their doors and go, we do get that. Yeah. Oh, I just want to try Facebook ads for 1 month. It's like, well, we're not going to do it for 1 month because it's not a true indication of how much money you'll make.
Yeah, that's right. Some ads will take off really quickly, and I call it, a kickstarting ad, which goes crazy, and then some are a bit of a slow burn. So they're just drip, drip, drip fed. Now, the ones that go crazy, people will start responding within
48 hours.
Yeah, 48 hours. And then sometimes a slow burn, it could take
a couple of weeks or something.
Well, in my experience, probably, after probably 5 days. And but I do know if an ad's going to work or not within 3 days.
Yeah. But it can take a bit of time sometimes. Sometimes you might get dribbles of leads in, and you can't touch it. You can't touch the ads, because if you touch the ads, it mucks up the algorithm. Facebook's got its own stuff going on in the background, and what it will do over time, it will look to see who's opting in, who's buying from you, and it will go looking for more of those people. So sometimes it does take a campaign, a week or two to level out. I've had them be, they'll start off hot, then they'll level out and go slow, and then they'll come up hot again, and we get, in the industries I work in, we're high-ticket items, so we're talking, thousands of dollars, but it can take,
what's your lead cost for your industry?
$100 a lead. That's not a sale. That's $100 a lead.
Yeah.
So, so sometimes just leaving the ad alone and letting it run and having faith, because it's a winning ad, of course. You're not going to sort of let stuff run. if you don't know what works and what doesn't work, which is, you got to know how to write copy, you've got to know the right images to use, you've got to know how to create that emotional need in people to want to take stuff up. So sometimes you do need to let the slow burns work themselves out. Sometimes they don't, sometimes you do.
Okay, this is interesting. I did a case study. I've got 2 salons within 10 kilometres or 15 kilometres apart. Same ad.
Yep.
Ad goes crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. And she's got bookings straight away. In one location.
Yep.
15 Ks away, couldn't quite, she was getting dribs and drabs, but not quite the same.
Yep.
And then within, I think it took about 2 weeks of testing and tweaking.
Yep.
And now it's just going crazy.
Off. And that's the thing. You can be 10 kilometres apart from a competitor, and what works for them won't work for you, and what works for you won't work for them.
Yeah, it was really bizarre. And that's just part of testing, isn't it? Testing. Yeah. Who else? You got to look at other things that it all depends on. Who else is competing in the same space?
Yep.
When the ad is shown and what time of the week it is and what's happening.
What day of the week?
What day of the week. So we probably get lots more on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and probably slow off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it picks up again. I have
exactly the same in my industry, because I think people have got the time to sort of, on the weekends, they might be on their phones a little bit more. And so there's definitely...
And just as of yesterday, the Melbourne Cup was on, and we didn't get much action in Victoria at all.
Well, funny, because my campaigns went off in my space yesterday. It was like Cup Day was a good day for us. Whereas you can imagine in the beauty industry and hair industry,
they're getting everything done beforehand.
Before then, they're out for the
day.
And
also Christmas. How do you go over Christmas, the Christmas period?
It's super expensive because you're competing against so many more people. But, yeah, it depends. Year to year it changes.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? So I'm happy to give away a treatment to buy a client. So I am giving away a profit I never had in the first place.
Yep.
So I will value add a service.
Yep.
To make it look amazing.
Yep.
And it's a way I package it up. Does that make sense? So I'm willing to give away something for nothing to get them in.
We've all got to buy our customers. You don't get customers for free.
Yeah.
Like every now and then you'll get a referral, or someone will just happen to walk past your place. But we all have to buy customers. There's no getting around that. So, if you can give something away to keep a customer or a client for the next 3 to 5 years, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, true. Now, where do we make the money? Are you buying a client so you can rebook, sell them into packages?
Absolutely.
There's other things too. This is a question that salons doing. Are they doing Afterpay? Do you know what Afterpay is?
Yeah.
How do you explain Afterpay? It's almost
like a lay-by system. I think most people know what Afterpay is.
But overseas, maybe they don't have it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a lay-by system where the business gets paid and paid up front, and then the customers are paying off the financial supplier.
Yeah. So the back-end sales. Now, this is where the salon has to come to the party, don't you think?
Absolutely.
It will just fall over if it doesn't.
Your business won't survive unless you've got a system in place for upselling, cross-selling, selling products, rebooking and referrals. Now, you should never let anyone walk out of your salon without having their next date booked in. I get my hair done about every 2 to 3 months, and generally when I'm there, I book for my next appointment. She doesn't let me walk out unless I've got my next date booked in. My lashes, when I'm there, she books me in for my next lash.
So how do they frame that up?
She just says, do you want to book in for your next one now so we've got your spot secured?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah. And then for me, I know because it's in my calendar. Because life's busy for me. If I don't book it in, I'll go, oh, my gosh, look at the greys. I've got to get my butt to the hairdressers, and then she can't fit me in for 3 weeks or 2 weeks. So,
but I do find the younger clients for hair won't book in. Like, so I'm looking, we did a case study.
But you could still offer it to them. Yeah. We can't say they will or they won't. Like, yes, there'll be certain trends, but I still think all of staff should be trained to go, let's book you in for your next one, because I'm getting really busy with clients now and I don't want you to miss out.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. Like, it's building the fact that you're getting busier, and you are. If you're doing marketing like this and you're rebooking everyone, you're getting busy.
But the way you said it was almost not a question. It was a demand.
Well, yeah, but it's not a demand. But it's just like, hey, you know what? My services are getting booked out. Why don't we book you in now so we know you're spot secured? If you can't make it, that's okay. Just give me a buzz the week before or message me or something. But I'd rather have your spot secure because I'm getting so busy. I don't want you to, miss out.
Yeah. Another good idea on that one is a VIP, if you'd like to be part of our VIP group.
Absolutely.
If you rebook within 6 weeks, you get this for free.
Yeah.
And people go, yeah, book me in.
Yeah.
So that's another way of framing it.
Yep.
It's the way you frame it, isn't it? And it's the way you speak and the way
What about if you added an extra conditioning treatment or something for hair? Like most salons you go to do it anyway. But even if you said to them, you know what, let's book you in now and I'll give you a freebie conditioning treatment at the end or something.
With a special ingredient.
Yeah, it's got this special ingredient, whatever it is. But it's just like make it exciting for them to book in and looking forward to coming in and meeting you. There's nothing better than going in and having a good old chin wag with your hairdresser and getting to know each other over years.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know what a bot is at this stage, and I'll have a video on a bot and how that's set up. But so this client, you can see she's got an increase, keep increasing her ads. People opt in, yeah. So it was really steep first off because the ad went crazy.
Yep.
So we can see
she started with nothing.
Yeah.
And has now gone up to over 900 people on her list.
Yeah.
That if she's got a quiet day, she can send out a VIP treatment, you know what, I'm running a special next week. We're having a training day with an apprentice. Whatever it is you want, like come in and have a beautiful wash and blow dry with our apprentice. To keep your apprentices busy and add a bit of cash flow in so that your apprentice isn't just sweeping floors and they can be making money for the salon and making money as well.
But we can actually tag things of upcoming birthdays?
Yep, we can. So we can send out birthday campaigns to people who've got a birthday in the next month or the next week
and probably clients you haven't seen in a while.
Absolutely.
And referrals. There's a new button, I believe, that you can share this page.
Yes.
I've just seen that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's some cool stuff you can do with these bots. And
I have had even a client that had only 170 people on her bot. We sent out a campaign because she was getting married and she had no money left.
Yep.
And I said, let me do this campaign.
Spend it all on the wedding.
So spend it on the wedding. And then we did this campaign and sent it out as a blast, which is like an email
broadcast.
A broadcast. Is what we call
broadcast,
it. And we sent it out and I think she got over $2,000 worth of bookings just in that week.
With only 170 people on her database.
And it didn't cost her She's
Anything
already.
in
She's
ads.
already.
They're people who are already on your list.
Yeah, so that's where you're going to make the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about discount versus value adding.
Yep.
So, discounting.
You don't want to sell your services on discounting. However, you do want to value add, and we are creating offers and opportunities for people to come in and try for the first time so you can build a relationship and get them coming back and back again. And this comes back to buying your client.
Yeah.
I would give away a free service or something that doesn't cost me a lot of money to bring someone into my salon so that I can rebook them again. And I wow them when they come in, make them feel special, tell them how much I love having new clients come in and ask them all about themselves and their lives, create a relationship and rebook them. So discounting versus value adding.
Well, value adding works for me as a massage therapist in the beauty industry. Value adding is amazing. But when people say to me, I don't want to look like a discount or Groupon or, what, I don't want to be positioned at that, what would you say?
I would say it depends on how you offer the discount.
And how you frame it.
Like you can be, you know what, we got a little bit busier, so we put on another staff member. We want to make sure she's booked up, so we're offering this for you, things like that.
So we don't want to, there's a lot of salon owners out there that go, we don't want to look like cut price.
Well, it's not about cutting price. It's about creating value.
That's right. Okay.
But sometimes you've got to cut your price to bring people in.
But now we know what the value of a client is. We're willing to give away that profit
Absolutely.
to build the business.
As long as you're good enough to rebook people. Yeah. Don't blame the client. Don't blame the customer. Don't blame the advertising. If when you get a customer in, you're then not rebooking them.
Yep, true. So if an ad is working, I spend $10 a day and you're getting bookings and you're going, okay, I want more, and you know that ad's working, if you want more bookings, I would increase the spend to $20 a day if you want more clients. So it's about scalability. And it really depends on how many staff you've got and how you can handle it. Yep. Some people are just small operators working from home, and $10 a day is fine.
Yep.
But if they've got, 5 staff and they want more clients, then you can up the spend.
Yeah.
That's how I up the spend.
Yep.
So you need to have a sales process like we talked about that makes it effective and profitable.
And everyone needs to do it the same way. So if you're on your own, you have your own little system of the conversation you have because, you just say the same thing every time. Mm-hmm. Or if you've got staff, you need to train them on this is how we do it, this is what we say.
Great. So we want services that look valuable, that doesn't cost you a lot in time or money. It's perceived value. It's a bit like that value add that we talked about.
Yep.
So are you with me on that one?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So first of all, I test the marketplace, and the marketplace will decide if it's good enough. Would you agree?
Absolutely. We can write ads and we can write the most amazing copy and amazing headlines and like most businesses, like they'll get a logo designed and come up with a gorgeous name and ask their friends what they think. But at the end of the day, it's not what we think. It's not what you think. It's not what your friends think. It's what the marketplace thinks.
And can I tell you, I have this long copy on this ad, and salon owners
go, nah, it's too long.
No, it's too long. Oh, I don't want to look that way.
I have the same with my clients. Oh, it's too long. And I go, righto, you go write
and
it then. Let's see how you go.
Some people won't even test it because they don't like the look of it.
I see. I don't let my clients decide what ads I run. I choose that.
Right.
It's because I know what works.
Yeah, and I
just, they've come to me as the expert.
Yeah.
They can either trust me as the expert or they can trust you as the expert.
Yeah.
Or they can go write their own stuff, which obviously they've been doing in the past and it hasn't worked, and it's why they're not getting results. So it's one of those things. If you're working with a marketing agency, the marketing agency has the experience to know what works. Long copy works amazingly.
Yeah.
Amazingly.
So you have the same problem?
Oh, yeah, but no, it's not a problem for me because I just like, well, you go write your own ads, I'll do mine.
How about
we'll have a competition?
Okay, so if no one's responding to an ad, like I said, 72 hours, it could be for the following reasons. Maybe the offer's not good enough. Maybe the framing is incorrect. We haven't framed it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the targeting's out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, what I suggest is reset and do it again.
Yeah, sometimes you need to. Sometimes it might be, with all the different things we test with targeting, it might be that one group works better than another or – so there's lots of different things that you need to be testing and changing to optimise an ad.
And if an ad's been running for weeks and it slows down, it could be because of fatigue. Now, what's fatigue? It's when they see the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, people get sick of seeing it. You know yourself when you see the same TV ad over and over again. Or if you – like I watch a lot of well, not a lot, but when I do watch a couple of TV shows, I watch them on the catch-up apps on my phone. And it drives me insane. It's the same ad every time, the same ad, and you just get so sick of it and you switch off from it. So it's the same thing with Facebook.
Yeah. So I change the pictures. Sometimes I change the targeting.
Yes.
Because it's a different audience.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So, okay, if people are responding to an ad but they're not clicking on it, now this is interesting. Okay. So they're responding, they're saying, yes, I want the offer, but they go to the bot, but they're not clicking through.
Yep.
Okay, why do you reckon that is? I think, I could be wrong, but this is in my experience.
Yep.
The price point could be too high for that marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to test the price point out.
So you're putting in the price in the bot, not in the ad?
No, I always put it in the bot.
Right, so it could be, you get to the bot
and they go, and then they go, or you don't create enough desire.
Yep, in the package or the value add package.
Yeah. Like we just talked about desire, the price point is too high. So people might go, it's all too expensive.
And let's face it, because we are all competing against the Groupons and, those crappy discount things. So it's finding a happy medium between quality and not discounting and losing a whole bunch of money like businesses do with those sites.
Yeah.
So there's that to consider. So the way you create your value add packages, it creates a massive amount of value. So then it's just tweaking it by a few dollars here and there, isn't it, to make it
absolutely,
work? Yeah,
absolutely. And every area is different.
Yeah, that's right.
So it could be they're clicking on, but the targeting might be out. So it could be
just not a right match.
Just not the right match. Or they're not ready to buy yet. Not everyone's ready.
I do opt into things and think, I'll just get that so I can save it there and not forget about it.
Yeah.
And don't buy, because we assume that the business is going to message us later. I'm in their system now, so I do want to hear from them.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to buy right now.
So I do create a sequence, a follow-up for 10 days' time.
Yeah.
So if they're not ready now, they're ready next week.
Yeah, that's right.
So in 2 weeks.
And remind them that the offer's there. Or
they might go, I've got an RDO coming up. Or
I'll do it then
and forget. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. These offers are designed to give it, I call it a tripwire. Okay, so they can experience your services, see the results, create trust, and if they like you, they'll come back again and again and again, plus recommend friends. It's a bit like what we just said. It's about $5,000 worth over a long.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was going to a salon here where I live, and finally found a hairdresser I loved down there. And he left to go back to the construction industry. Funnily enough, he was a welder, became a hairdresser for 10 years, then has gone back to construction. And I didn't like any of the other hairdressers working that salon. So I was like, and it was amazing pricing. Like for under $100, I could get my foils done, my tint, my toner, my whatever, everything done for $75.
How do they make money?
Well, I don't think she did, but that's not my problem. I was happy.
She didn't know her numbers. She didn't know her numbers.
And then because he left, I was like, I knew I would never find anyone like that again. So I asked for recommendations. I'm in a Facebook group in the area that I live in, and I asked for recommendations, and someone recommended a girl that lives in my street, actually, and she's got a home salon. Now, what I used to spend $75 on now costs me $250.
Wow.
But can I tell you, for me, it's like, yeah, of course I don't want to spend that much. But I had such a good experience with her. Hello, I go back every 2 or 3 months, however often it is, to get my haircut, and I find the money and I pay it. And, I'm a single mum with 4 kids and a business, and I'm busy. So, I want to cut costs where I can. So what does that tell you? I was happy to pay $75. She's charging me more than double.
Yeah.
And I still go back to her. So that's got nothing to do with price.
Yeah.
I find the money because I love how she does my hair. I love the conversations we have. They're amazing and fun. Yeah. And I look forward to seeing her. It's like I'm almost buying a friend.
Yeah.
But so it's not about what I spend with her. Because I was like, the first time she goes, okay, that'll be $200. And I was like, what? But I really enjoyed it so much. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll just book back in. And that was over a year ago now.
But if a salon is an high-end salon, right, do you think it's wise to give a tripwire to get them in first to experience that and then rebook?
I would still go like maybe a high-end type offer.
Yeah.
Like have something, that.
Okay, so I've got a salon in Brisbane and a lower percentage of booking other than any other salon.
Yep.
And I sort of said, maybe what's Marketplace telling you?
Oh, you always have to look at what the marketplace. So you can be a high-end salon.
Yeah.
But if you're a high-end salon in a lower socioeconomic area, it doesn't matter how much you think you're worth. The marketplace is going to tell you you're not worth that.
Yeah.
So it really does matter where you are. However, if you're, on High Street, whatever, well, you can create tripwires, bring people in, give them an amazing experience, and they'll spend more. Look at me. Yeah. I'm doing it every second month. I go spend a couple $100.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you agree with that?
I do. Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks, Lou. That was a fun conversation. It's interesting, though, that once we know the lifetime value of our client is worth $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you spend?
Yeah.
Can I say a shit ton to bring them in? You know what you can spend. You know what they're worth. So you can bring them in.
And that one winning ad.
Yep.
I cannot believe the return on investment you can get from one winning ad.
Yeah.
It's thousands and thousands
of dollars. That's right.
So,
all right.
Okay,
well,
thank
we'll
you,
wrap
darling.
this up. It's been a while, but thanks
darling. Bye-bye. This one?